So here's a little more about annual layers that we can use for dating events. Shown here is a tree sample that grew on Mount St. Helens, and those really skinny rings were formed right after an eruption in the year 1480 that dumped ash on the tree and made it grow poorly. Many tree ring studies use bristlecone pines. These are at Cedar Breaks National Monument and Bryce Canyon National Park. Bristlecone pines can live a long time. They're really tough. They hang on. This beautiful picture of a bristlecone pine was taken by Penn State alum and professor John Fegvaresi up in the White Mountains of California. Bristlecone pines can live at least almost 5,000 years. And the longest record of living and dead overlapping bristlecone pines goes to 8,800 years. Truly amazing. How you do it, you can find living wood, you can find dead wood nearby, you can find wood in archaeological sites, such as this sample that I just highlighted in Mesa Verde. These are some more Mesa Verde samples. The left one and the lower right were in place in Longhouse. The one in the upper right is in the museum, but it was taken from Balcony House. And you use them like this. Find the living wood, find the dead wood, find the archaeological wood, match up the pattern of thick and thin rings, and make a record which is longer than the life of one tree. You can also get annual layers in cave formations. All of these are different ways to look at cave formations or speleothems. The upper left is using an ultraviolet light to make the layers stand out more easily. The one in the upper right is under a microscope and it's just shining light off of the cave formation and looking at the layers. Lower left is a thin slice has been cut and the light is being shown through it so you can see the layers. And lower right there are chemical measurements along a speleothem across the layers so you can see the variations in the chemistry. You can find annual layers in corals, and on top you see the layers very nicely with dates appended to them there. And it came, in this case, from a brain coral like the one down below. You can also find annual layers in the sediments of some lakes, such as this one from Germany or this one from Switzerland. Now, when you use annual layers to date an abrupt climate change or the fallout of a volcano, the trees and the lakes and the cave formations and so on agree with each other. They agree with written history. They agree with radioactive dating. And the longest annual records now go to more than 12,000 years in the trees, more than 45,000 years in the lakes, and more than 100,000 years in the ice cores.